Alright, hello everyone, welcome to episode 10. First off, there's been a slight change in my living situation. I have moved back into my school's dormitory as they have opened up for the semester, which means that I will have some more background noise occasionally, as I'm no longer in my own private room. I'm sharing a space. Occasionally people are going to be making noise in the background. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about that. So, if you hear people talking in the background or people walking around, my apologies, but again, not a whole lot I can do. It also means that as the next school semester has started and my schedule needs to work around my classes, as they obviously have to be more important, the recording schedule is going to undergo a couple changes. When I figure out exactly what works and what doesn't, I'll let everyone know. But for now, just keep in mind that the videos will not be coming out on a regular schedule. I will try to still keep to the 2 a week, but they're no longer going to be like, every Tuesday, Thursday at night. I'll see what I can do about working on a new schedule. With all that said, we have only one act this time from the most recent Senate election. Several of them actually have gone to revote as they ended in a tie. So, the only one that passed is the Long-Term Investment Act. Article 1, Research and Investments. Our empire will continuously invest at least 15% of Earth's research resources into long-term technological development projects. Our empire will make the same investments on its other worlds once colonies on them are stable. Long-term technological development projects are ones which improve our empire's research ability, factories, mines, or shipyard output, or financial growth. So let's do that. I have currently available 26, 50, 60, 70 labs. So 10% of that would be 7. For the sake of making it a nice even number, we're just going to say that 10. So I need 10 labs at all times, need to be working on long-term research investments, which is either economic output or research abilities. So let's head down to construction production. Let's cancel actually I'll take 6 from you, and I'll take 4 from you. I will give 10 to Renee on research rate. Okay, so that fulfills that. 2. Article 2, Industrial Advancement. Our empire will continuously invest at least 15% of Earth's industrial resources into long-term industrial development projects. Our empire will make the same investment on its other worlds once colonies on them are stable. Long-term industrial development projects are the construction of construction factories, mines, and research facilities. Shipyards may also make up half of this investment. Alright, so let's cut to Earth's industry. Venus does not have any construction capacity, and the Emperor's New Groove, I'll say, it's, I'm not sure if it counts as stable yet, because I'm lacking workers, and it's not terraformed. Once it's terraformed, I'll consider it stable. So for now, just Earth. 15% of my research capability, I have 1,000, so 15% would be 150. So at least, oh, right, I can just set it to the percent there. So at least 15% of my capacity must at all times be working on either more construction factories, more mines, more research factories. So there's not really a point to increasing my mining here on Earth, as we're running out of all of our stuff anyway. It might be worth it to increase my research, or maybe I should build more construction factories. Especially since even once this is stable, it's still most of its production capabilities are going to be used towards building itself up. So Earth is still for quite a while going to be really our only source of major industry. Anything that we need to build to ship to other colonies, the mines, the construction factories, the research facilities. Actually, probably not research; they're too big, difficult to transport. But the mines, the infrastructure, that's all going to be coming from Earth for quite a while. So I think I will put that 15% towards more construction factories. And we're just going to make it some ridiculous number, and at all times 15% will be on that. Yeah, that's going to take 150 years. The point isn't to actually build those 4,000. The point is to always have 15% going. Article 3, Naval Advancement. Our empire will ensure that at least one of Earth's military shipyards is always undergoing capacity expansion and another is increasing its slipways. Our empire will ensure that at least one Earth's civilian shipyards is always undergoing capacity expansion and another is increasing its slipways. Our empire will expand shipyards over other major worlds in similar manner. Let's check out our shipyards on Earth. We currently have 2 naval. We have multiple commercial shipyards that are increasing their capacity from last time. I will start increasing the slipways of the... let's do the mystery shipbuilding department. It's for our freighters. You're going to add a slipway. I will increase the slipway of the heavy cruiser crate, the heavy crate class, and I'll take another 35%, and I'll build 3 more naval complexes, and I'll start increasing those because, did I just try to, oh, it's turning red because of the construction factories. I won't actually have enough duranium to build all those construction factories. Heh. Well then. Actually, I only have about 56,000 plus, what's that, 120-ish thousand total or so. We could build 1, 2, 100, I don't know, whatever. What is the research facility cost? I want to build 1,000, 10 of them, it'd be 12,000, 100, that'd be 120,000. I'm not going to do the math right now. Point is, we're actually not going to have enough for that. So fine. So that's good for now. So that satisfies Article 4. The Emperor may suspend these investments in time of war or similar emergencies. So, seeing as how we're not currently at war, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Let's see. We're waiting on terraforming to finish here. How's that coming? We are raising the temperature slowly. Bring it up to 0.2, so that's going to happen. While that happens, I think it's time that we revisit our ship designs. We've progressed several. Ironically, it was on the terraforming installation. Right, you were bringing all the terraforming stuff. I think it's time we revisit our ship designs, as they are significantly obsolete. They are very outdated, especially in the engine and sensor designs. We have progressed quite far in those fields, and our ship design has fallen behind, unfortunately. We do have a couple of new laws that we have to take into account from the different acts, including the Crew Protection Act and the Servicemen Consideration Acts, limiting the amount of time that we can keep our ships in deployed. Let me pull those up. hang on, where'd they go? I have them saved off to the side so I can read through them. Here we go. The Servicemen Consideration Act requires that. Where's the part about considerations? Adequate rations. Peacetime consideration. They cannot involuntarily be forced to spend more than 3 years on assignment. Many missions during peacetime, such as but not limited to scouting, surveying, exploration, or espionage, may require deployment times longer than 3 years. These missions would be staffed exclusively by volunteers. No conscripts may be deployed on these missions. So, I cannot conscript the crew of any deep space exploration vessels unless I want to limit them to 3 years at a time. So we will not be conscripting them. The Crew Protection Act requires some physical defenses that I do not currently have available. However, it does have a graph for armor belt thickness, so I will have to have a fair bit of armor on any exploration ships. I don't have any shielding, cloaking yet. Psychological deployment time is to be considered the maximum time that a ship and its crew can be expected to remain on mission. According to this, the maximum time is 4 standard years, and it can be expanded by 1 year for exploration vessels, so I can get to 5. Onboard psychiatrist, which will be considered an XO, can give me another year, so I can get to 6. So I can get it to about 6 years at a time. I think I'll just settle at 5, as that's a good compromise between both acts. So I will, because it is a survey ship, under the Crew Protection Act, it is allowed to be 5 years, and under, sorry about that, as I said, roommates. Where was I? Right, so they will be 5 years, because there will be no XO. I actually don't even know if I have the technology yet for XO. Did I ever develop? Alright, looks like I did. Fine. There probably won't be an XO, but I'll go for 5 years, and it'll have to have armor and better sensors. So we are going to do that. Normally, at this point, I would cut the design out and paste it at the end, but since this episode is likely to be 90% vehicle design, I'm just going to leave it here with the disclaimer that there's unlikely to be much time passage in this episode, and not a lot of events will actually be taking place, as this is going to be a much needed overhaul of our naval ships. So, in order to make retrofit easier, I would like to keep things at least the same size. Oops. How big is the Luttig thrust? See, that's still ion. Oh my god. Okay, so how big is that? Because I would like everything to be the same size, if possible, as it makes it easier to do refitting, and instead of having to build an entirely new ship, it might be possible that I can just retrofit my current ships and bring them over to the new design. So this is size 1,200 tons, and it's an ion. So this is going to be significantly stronger engine. So we're going to go to engines. This is a magnetic confinement fusion. We're going to bring it up to 1,200 tons, which is size 24. We're going to bring it down to engine power. Keep an eye on the fuel. It's let's do 40%. What was it? Engine power 90 from the old engines. So if I give it 180, that's double the engine power, which I don't think translates to an exact double of speed. I don't think it's linear, but this is pretty good. And the fuel use is... maybe I should bump it up a little bit. The fuel use is great. I'll put a 35% engine power, and this is going to be the magnetic confinement fusion drive, military drive. I still don't have a naming convention for these things. At some point, can someone remind me to get a naming convention going, as I really do need to. But I mean, half the point of this game is that you can name everything. The fact that I'm not taking advantage of that is really kind of defeating the point. But creativity in naming has never been one of my strong suits. For people, I can do it. Characters, but not for engines, apparently. This is going to be the magnetic confinement fusion drive. 1,200 tons. Okay. Does the Taylor class have any sensors? It does not. However, I will be dropping many of these because I have upgraded sensors, and it has a Whaley thrust 12,000 military jump drive, which I think our efficiency has gone up. So, whoops. Let's grab a new jump drive as well. We're going to get you a jump drive. We're going to go to something that can jump 12,000 tons. I think that's smaller. I'm pretty sure we've gotten better at this since that last time. So this is a military jump drive of 12,000 tons. This doesn't need a name. I want to know what it can do. Okay, and let's move on to, keeping with this convention, we're going to go to a new ship class. We're going to remove the engines. We're going to remove the sensors. We're going to remove that. Okay, so it's gotten a little bit smaller. I'm not sure why I didn't just hit new thing, honestly. There was very little point to this. We are going to, keeping with the name convention, it's going to be noble physicists. However, the new thing, Taylor Field was a hero of the Empire, and it was right and just that we honor him. However, it has been some time since his passing, and recently, new people have stepped up to take Taylor's place. There is one person who has worked tirelessly these past several... Actually, I think it's been... I'm not sure exactly how long it's been, but these past several years, there's been a new person who has worked tirelessly on behalf of the Empire, taking off where Taylor left and building upon and expanding it. And I am proud to announce the Kane Mitchell's class Deep Space Science ship, Deep Space Survey ship, in honor of Captain Kane Mitchell's, who has worked ceaselessly far from home, deprived of the comfort of so much as a gravity well. For years, he has searched far and wide across the galaxy, finding us new systems and new worlds to expand our empire. And today we honor him with a ship. So we are going to put in, let's try to keep it under 12,000, and we're going to try to match it at least somewhat close so that we can do some refitting. So it's going to have 3, where are you, MCFs. 3 engines. So let's see, U, now obsolete. Let's go to the jump drive, U, now obsolete. Where are my survey sensors? We're going to go to an improved. So it's a little bit slower than the previous one, but as it's only 2 points, whereas the other one could do 3, but I've saved out on 1,000 tons. 250 per each, and I've saved out on 2 of those and 2 of those. So we've saved 1,000 tons, which can be used for stuff like armor and deployment. Let's see, I cannot conscript anyone. The deployment time is only 5 years. According to the Crew Protection Act, if it's going to be at 12,000 tons, it must have at least 5 armor thickness, if I'm reading this graph correctly. Is that 4? I think that might be 4. I don't know, the graph is a little bit difficult to read on my small screen. I have it pulled up on my phone, actually, so that it's not interfering with the recording, but it's a little bit difficult to read. I believe that's 4. So it has to have 4 armor belt, at least. I would like it to have a similar, if not better, range. Actually, it'll probably have much better range because the fuel use is way lower. This one could hold 500,000 liters. Let's give you 5 million liters. No, I don't need 5 million. Sorry. Let's go with 1 million liters. And that still reaches... That's ridiculous. That's I don't... No. No. That's 500,000 liters gives it 746.5 billion kilometers. What was that secondary star system from last episode? That was like 200 billion kilometers away. Yeah, I think it's in range now. You see what just a better engine will do for you. Alright, so we have that. We want a science department. Do I already have a science? Oh, right, I never covered the science department. Do we want an XL? It would allow me to bring it up to 6 years. Yeah, I think I'll give it an XL. So it now has a deployment time of 72 years. I cannot conscript during peacetime unless it is to have a deployment of less than 3 years, so this will not be conscripted. It needs some maintenance. Let's give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a large maintenance storage, giving it plenty of breathing room in terms of maintenance versus its deployment, with an annual fail rate of just under 100%, so things will be breaking fairly often, and they'll have to have it repaired. Which means I almost kind of want to add a... Oh, I don't actually have a maintenance engineering room. Alright, and that gives us 2,500 tons to play with in terms of sensors and any defensive systems. Wait. Never mind. I had to click Update Armor because I copied it instead of creating a new one, and we've gone way past uranium. We now have 3,500 tons to work with for our sensor systems. Frankly, this ship is just... It's way overbuilt for what I need it to do. But it also means it'll be relevant for quite a while. And to be fair, Kane Mitchell's was also way overqualified for the job I gave him. He should not have been a science officer. Kane should be leading, like, a patrol fleet. Line Captain Kane Mitchell's. But he requested a science posting, so I gave it to him. So 3,500 tons to play with. A survey ship probably does not need active sensors. I would like to give it passive and EM, or thermal and EM sensors, though. And maybe some closed weapon systems for point defense, maybe. We'll see what we can do. We have 3,500 tons to play with, so let's get you some sensors. First, I want thermal sensors. Let's make you, let's see. Signal strength 100 is about what you'd expect to find from a military ship that's online-ish, somewhere between there, and that's about what you'd expect to find from a planet. So let's, if I make it 1,000, it's from about 30 to 40 million kilometers away, so that gives me time to see if something's coming. That's a lot, though. I do have a lot of room to play with, though. Because, frankly, I have way too much room on that ship that needs to be spent with something. So I'll do it. Also go for EM sensors. Where are you? EM detection. Sensitivity is much lower. This detects stuff like active sensors and shields. So it's good to see if there's a... the other one will just detect engines from a ship. It could be passive. It could be civilian or military. This detects military ships. It detects shields and active sensors. So if I pick up an EM reading, it means there's a warship in the system, and well, if there's a warship in the system, then there should not be a science ship in the system. Let's just put it that way. Let's bump you up to about 750, and that gives me to detect warships. So how much room do I have left to play with after adding those? I add EM sensors. Whoops, I want to go to that. EM sensors, thermal sensors. Still have about 1,500 tons to play with. So maybe a missile detection array and some basic point defense. How much room would that take? I need to watch the maintenance and I should watch the maintenance. I'll give it a missile detection array. I'm not sure if I'll have enough room. I should probably get a fourth engine. Oh, that doesn't really give me a lot of room. I'll give it a small missile detection array just so I can see them coming. I don't know if I can afford engineering is also it's falling behind. I guess you don't get a dedicated missile detection array. You'll have to rely on your EM and thermal sensors, which should be fine because thermal and EM will be able to see a missile coming. I don't need to be able to target it, so I don't need active if I'm not going to get if I'm not going to have a point defense system anyway. So you're going to be more of a cut and run ship if you think a system's not safe. So let's add in some more. It's cutting it a bit close. Still, I guess it's enough. And for the last bit, let's just round it off with some fuel. This is 5. This is 1. There we go. So the Kane Mitchell's class deep space survey ship at 12,000 with more. This is probably not. I'm not going to be able to refit the Taylor class. It's too different. Containing 254 crew at 12,000 tons, traveling at 3,500 kilometers a second. 4 armor ratings, probably enough to protect it from a couple missile hits at this point anyway. Has EM sensors, thermal sensors, so it can actually see stuff around. It's got a jump drive. It has a captain, an executive officer, and a science officer. Alright, let's lock that. Sorry, you are obsolete. Now, Crate class is using a magnetoplasma drive. So is our Hawk missiles are also. I think, and it's using high-density duranium, the Leonidas gravity ray. I think it is time that we took a look at a new military ship as well. This one, I think I'm going to give its own designated shipyard. I won't retire the crate just yet, as it still makes a good in-system patrol. However, I would like not a 1,000-ton FAC, but I would like to have some form of rapid response if, let's say, my science vessel comes under attack. I would like a ship to be able to get out there and actually A, defend itself, and B, return fire on whatever might be happening, be it pirates or aliens or whatever. We just still don't know if aliens actually exist. We have yet to see proof. I don't even know ruin, which is frankly quite surprising. So I'm going to give it its own I can speak English. Its own dedicated shipyard, which means I don't need to match it to one of these two sizes. I will just build it to whatever. So you're going to refit. Can you actually refit from... No, you can't. So you're going to retool to the Kane Mitchells. Set activity. And that's going to take not that long. I mean, it is still the same size and the same, at least somewhat. Anyway, so I'm going to go design a new ship. This one is going to be, let's see, it's designed to be a rapid response ship, capable of going out, shooting down any incoming missiles, returning fire, and if necessary, maybe grabbing life pods and getting out. It's not really meant to be, a warship. I want it to be an extrasolar or extra colony patrol ship. Go into the systems that I haven't necessarily yet secured, take a look around, deal with anything. So either a corvette or a destroyer. Corvettes are very small. Probably a destroyer, unless this has a... not an exploration cruiser. It's not meant to do the exploration itself. It's not any of these. I think destroyer fits most... Yeah, I think it's a destroyer. It'll be a jump destroyer, actually. I'll make it a jump destroyer because it is going to have its own jump drive capable of getting it from place to place, because I want it to also be able to deal with systems that I haven't yet secured and built a jump gate to in case I need to jump to those, For systems that have been secured, I'll stick with the crate, but we're going to design a jump destroyer. We're going to name it after... what does that give us? What does that give us? What is... Man, I was just looking around. Yeah. Sure, we'll just take... It is the Mad Cat class. This is how... Kurita? The Mad Cat class. As it's going to run in and do a lot of stuff that's probably going to get shot at. So, scroll up to class. It was House Kurita. Select random name. Alright, so let's get a Mad class. Or a Mad Cat. So, I want this to be very, very fast, which means I need to go back and design an engine that's going to be rather powerful. Probably aiming for somewhere between 15 to 20,000 tons in this, but I'm not going to be super picky. Again, it's just going to get its own shipyard anyway. So I need to go in and design a new engine. Let's make it 1500 at 70%. I want to save at least some fuel. 75% engine power. I mean, it is down to 0.3. Let's give it, yeah. It's 30 size, 1500 tons. So that's about 10% of the ship. And this is going to be the Mad Cat drive. I would like it to have active sensors, as it is a destroyer. I would like to have quite a bit of sensors, actually, capable of even taking down smaller ships. It's going to give it quite a large sensor, actually. This is the Mad Cat Grav Array. See, these I can name because it's designed for that specific ship. Alright, we're going to go to Mad Cat. Let's head over to our graph for armor. This is going to be between 15 to 20,000, so assuming it's at 20,000, it needs to have at least 6 or 7 armor ratings. Let's do 6 for now. Assuming it tops out at about 17 or 18. If it stays at like 15 or 16 or 17, it can have 6. If I get to like 18, 19,000, I'll have to bump it up to 7. We're going to put it at 6. We're going to get it the, let's see, you are obsolete, you are obsolete, you are obsolete, you are obsolete, you are obsolete. It's going to get a Mad Cat drive. It's going to get 2 of them. It's going to get some fuel storage. Honestly, I probably don't need 2 of those. It's going to get a executive officer and a tactical officer. Its deployment time is 3 years. It has a Mad Cat Grav Array, capable of detecting things out to a range of about 170 million kilometers. I think that's plenty of distance to see a missile coming. Actually, I should probably build a specific missile detection array as well. It's going to have... Oh, I do not need that much engineering, at least not at the moment. Magazines. Have I increased my... Between last time I did missiles and this time, I did manage to get quite a bit of missile research done, so I should probably start from the ground up with this, actually. Let's go in, and I am going to just grab up my Aurora calculator for missiles, because I have upgraded quite a bit on the missile tech. I'm using magnetic confinement fusion at 0.3 fuel. We're going to design a new missile. I have 5 warhead strength per an MSP, which is, I believe, fusion boosted. I have 48 agility, using magnetic confinement fusion. And I have fuel efficiency of 0.3, and I have a max boost of 3 of 600. I would like accuracy. And the range for the for the scanner was 173, so I would like 200 million. No, it should be less. 150 million kilometers, and I would like it to do. Remember, your damage should be in squares. So let's see if I can get 16 damage. All right. The Aurora calculator looks like this. It's a jar that someone who is quite smart designed. I believe it is in the folder that I've been uploading to the Discord of all the saved games. This should be in there as well. You put in your desired stats, how big you want your missile, your range, your damage. You put in your technologies, and it will design it for you using a calculator. So I should have 3.2 MSP of Warhead for 16. I should have 0.2822 fuel capacity. I should have 0.4378 agility. I should have 2.08 engine. Where are you? 2.08. See, that gives us 6 at 310% power boost. And that should give me 16 damage, traveling at 26,000 kilometers per second, with a range of 86 million kilometers. That's not right. Hang on. Something's not right here. You are 5 missile, 48, 1.25 engine power. Something is wrong here. Why is this not matching what they gave me in the calculator? That's not right. Maneuver rating 14, speed 26,875, fuel 705, flight time. That range is wrong. That is very strange. 310% engine power, 2.85, 2.08 engine size. Huh. That is not matching what I was told. But I'm okay with that. 86 million kilometers is still fine. This is going to be if it's the Mad Cat, this is going to be the Cheshire anti-ship missile from Alice in Wonderland. I'm pretty sure I spelled that wrong, but I don't have the patience to go look it up. Okay. I do need missile fire control, so 86 million kilometers. So let's design a missile fire control. Wrong button. This is one of my most favorite and least favorite parts of Aurora. The micromanaging everything. Just to get a basic missile system set up, I need an active sensor. Then I need to design a missile, and I have to tweak every value to get exactly what I want. And then I have to go and design a missile fire control to go with the missile. And then I have to design the missile launcher and the magazine, and I have to put everything on the ship, and something's probably going to go horribly wrong. Now, I believe the resolution for the active sensor was 3000. There's no point in being able to see it if I can't target it. If this is 5,000 and that's 3,000, and they send me a ship of 4,000, then I see that it just doesn't work. This needs to be at least, 86? So let's go try to get it to about 90 or 100 million kilometers. Perfect. At 85 tons. This is the Cheshire Missile Fire Control. And that was a size 6 missile, I believe. So we're going to go to... I haven't really done anything for missile reload rate, so the 60% reduction one from last time I can still use, but I think I've upgraded my magazines to have better feed efficiency and neutralization chance and armor. So I want this to be a multiple of 6 because that's the missiles it's going to carry. 480 is a multiple of 6, I believe, because it's a multiple of 2 and of 3. So we're going to do that. And then I think that should be everything I need to put into the Mad Cat. Nope, I will need a jump drive, but I'm going to do that last because I need to know exactly how large is this destroyer going to be when I'm done. It is odd, though, that my destroyer is probably going to be only slightly smaller than my heavy cruiser, but whatever. Okay, so I already have the grav array, the armor, bridge, CIC, engines, engineering, fuel. You need a... Yeah, see, it's double the capacity, but not quite double the size. So you're going to have that. You're going to have the Cheshire Missile Fire Control. Did I add you? There you go. Didn't add the first time. It's going to have... It's a destroyer. It doesn't need to... The main difference is going to be the amount of missiles it fires. I don't need it to be able to completely wreck an incoming attack. I just want it to be able to return fire so that they know they're being attacked and maybe force them to deal with it. So I'm only going to give it... Let's see, this one had 20 missile launchers. I'm going to give the Mad Cat like 6 or 7. Yeah, 7. Firing every 75 seconds with a range of 101 million kilometers. The missiles themselves will have slightly less than that. How many missiles can you carry? 87. So 80 in the magazine and 7 in the thing. I'll give it 8 just so it has a full volley. So it launches 8 at a time. It has 88. That's 11 volleys. Having a range of 86 million kilometers. The missile fire control can lock at 100, so then 20 million kilometers later it'll fire, which is good, because I believe the longer it's... No, wait, that's only for incoming missiles. Ships, it doesn't. But in case they have electronic countermeasures and they reduce this, I have breathing room, because if this can be reduced by about 20%, a little bit less, maybe 15%, before that starts taking a hit. Now we're going to, what do you have? You have a grav array, you have armor, crew, drive, so you need engineering, damage control, preferably, and maybe some more drives, because I would like you to be fast, and then I'll need to plan a jump drive. So you need more engineering. And a maintenance storage. Honestly, that almost 4 years, 3 years. I don't need a large. Let's get you a regular. That gets up to 4.5. It's only other for 3 years. That's plenty. Do I have damage control? I do. Let's get you 1, 2, 3, 4 things of damage control. So that if you get hit, you can make repairs. Let's get you damage control, drives, engineering. Let's get you another engine. So you'll have 3. You can travel at 6,000 kilometers a second, which is quite a decent speed for a little destroyer. Maybe I should even get you more. I would like this to be fast. So we're looking at about 8,000 kilometers a second. That's good. This is a response destroyer. This is what happens when one of my ships gets attacked and they're 3 systems away and they're not going to outrun the missile. I say, right, we're sending in the nearest Mad Cat. Which honestly is just an awesome statement to make. Send in the Mad Cats. You do now need more engineering because of the increased engines. Lots of engines at very high power means things break, and then they'll need more fuel. And then that's probably going to bring us to about where we want to stop. Let's get you up to 15. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get you another maintenance for... Actually, at that point, I think just a large one is more efficient. Yeah. So 4.85 years. Let's try to cap this at about 1750 maybe. So let's just grab some more fuel and then we should be done. So this is 50. I guess we're capping it at 1800. Get rid of one of those, and then I add 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So we're looking at 18,000 tons, traveling at just under 8,000 kilometers a second, deployment time of 3 years, but a maintenance life of 4, almost 5, a rather thick armor belt, a very high annual fail rating. Things are going to be breaking quite frequently. It holds 88 missiles, firing 8 every 75 seconds for 11 volleys. It does not have any point defense, relying more on its armor belt. Again, this is meant to run in there, still damage, and return fire long enough to get our civilian ships out. At some point, I should probably develop... I don't have a jump drive, so I'm going to have to get a jump drive and make room. With jump drive efficiency 10, a 2,000-ton jump drive could jump a 20,000-ton ship. And that is the... No, I would add more because of the crew. Although I could just drop some fuel capacity. Alright, so this is going to be considered a work in progress until I can balance the number. Keeping in mind it's 18,000 tons. How big would the jump drive have to be in order to jump the ship plus the new drive? So, if the drive can jump 18,000 tons, the jump drive puts it at 22,000 tons. Or, sorry, not 22,000, 2,200. If I were to say that the engine can jump 20,000, that's at 2,500. There. In order to, if it can jump 20,600 tons, it would be 20,575. So, unless I want to wait for the engine to go up, so that's size 51.5. Am I working on? I am working on jump drive efficiency It's only going to be August next year. Alright, so August next year, I'll develop the jump drive for the Mad Cat using the efficiency 10. And then I'll have to play around a little bit because it's probably going to add more crew. I don't actually have a ×3 yet. Alright, fine. I didn't need it anyway. EM sensitivity, terraforming, fine. Wonder if it's time to upgrade the Hauler and Horizon classes to have better engines so that they go faster and can do more. They'll have a longer range and they'll be much faster. I think I'm going to do that as well. That, I will literally just plug in the engines. It'll be the same size, I'll just upgrade it so they're faster. And that, I will be able to just completely retrofit. So, they're using Rhino drives. How big is the Rhino drive? Where are my engines? Show obsolete. The Rhino drive is 5,000 tons. Alright, so we are going to create a new engine, magnetic confinement, and it's going to be 5,000 tons. Actually, what was the EP from the Rhino drive? Rhino drive, 375. Cool. So we are going to go to engines. We're going to go to 5,000 tons, and it was 375. Scroll down to 5,000 tons. This is going to be a commercial ship. The lowest I can make it is 25% engine power, and it is just about double, and it's way less fuel. It is going to be the MCF Rhino drive. Magnetic confinement fusion Rhino drive. And I'm just going to drag and drop that into the new I'm literally just going to make the Mark II. Mark II. Horizon. Mark II. And I'm literally just going to drag and drop the engines. So we're going to take out 15 of those engines, and we're going to put in 15 of those engines. Yeah, a little less than double. Same thing here. We're going to take out 10 of those engines, and we're going to add in 10 of those engines. And again, a little less than double. So you are now obsolete. You're now obsolete. We're going to update armor. And this was, let's see, we're going to update armor. What is the actual size limit on my things? The Hauler is at 200,000 and the Horizon is at 250,000. All right. So the Horizon is 250. Can I get you up to 1 million cryogenic births this time? Probably not. But I'm going to try. Nope. Not even close. So you're going to stay at 600,000. So I can't make you... I can't get you more births. What can I give you? Honestly, not a lot, really. Maybe an extra cargo shuttle so you go a little bit faster. Sure, use more cargo shuttles. But I think really the main thing is that you go faster. Yeah. The hauler was at 200,000. Can I add more cargo holds to you? Not even close. Nope. There's not really a point to changing it unless I can use the large, because that's, what is it? It's 25. Actually, if I could add a standard, that would be fine. It's 25,000 for mines and the like. So I could add in 25,000 chunks, then that'd be fine because that'd be an extra whole mine. But if I just add the small, then that's, fractions of a mine or a construction factory, and that messes with all of my math when having it transferred. So I think you are also just going to get some more shuttles and remain as is. So really all that I've changed is that you guys are faster and more fuel efficient, so you can go farther. But nothing really changed significantly for you guys. Lock design, and that I should be able to just retool. Not even retool, just you. Retool to the near the Horizon Mark II. Honestly, actually, you should be able to. No, really? I guess the engine difference is too much. Fine. Retool to the Horizon Mark II. I will cancel the add slipway. You're going to retool to the hauler Mark II. And then when that's done, you will upgrade all of my cargo fleet and my colony fleet. And the Empire Bell was my fuel tanker, I believe, to get the fuel from the stations to the colonies. So once so one of those is going to go to the Mad Cat, which I am just waiting on the jump drive for. I've upgraded the Horizon, the hauler. I've developed the DSS classes, which are now the Kane Mitchells. Created a jump destroyer for rapid response. Designed a new missile. I think that is a good place to put this episode. As I said at the beginning, not a lot actually happened in terms of, actually, no time has passed. Not a lot has actually happened in terms of progression. It was really just an update to all my ship designs. It was necessary. Our technology was far outstripping our ships. There was no reason to be using ion drives when we have fusion drive technology. There's really just, like, how did that even happen? Someone dropped the ball, meaning me, but still, that shouldn't have happened. All right, so that's going to be today's episode. As I said, the schedule is going to be a little bit iffy for the next couple of episodes while I see what works and what doesn't. Shouldn't take too long to figure out a new schedule that works. Just bear with me until then. And until next time, thanks for watching.